going to be using some of the veggies that we cooked the other week in our sheet pan recipe video, and I'm going to be making halushki. You know, some people call it cabbage and noodles. So let's get started. Since it's very hard to find vegan noodles, we are using pasta, and I'm gonna slice it up. I mean, you could just leave them whole like that, but I just like little noodles in my cabbage and noodles. And everybody going the same way here. We didn't put any onions on our sheet pan by accident for our sheet pan bake, so I sauteed a few onions in a pan. You could just grab all of your noodles at one time and rough chop them. I just decided to lay them all out like this. Now that I have them all chopped, I'm just gonna get them into my skillet. Then some of our beautiful cabbage. Get the core out of it. I'm not gonna use that piece. Because we already have our veggies baked from our sheet pan, that allows us to throw this meal together super quick and easily. Using the purple cabbage for this gives a nice contrast to the dish. I'm going to cut up another quarter of this cabbage and add it. Just finished cutting up my cabbage, and I went to stir it into my noodles to see if I have a ratio that I'm happy with. I gotta do a little more cabbage. What do you think? I agree. I'm also going to use my spoon a little bit to break up some of the pieces of cabbage if they're stuck together. Make that piece a little smaller. If you have any pieces that you think are too big, pull them out, make them smaller. I am going to cut up some more cabbage for this. I like it heavy on the cabbage. I'm going to stir this in again to see if I'm happy with the ratio now. And again, break up the pieces of cabbage with my spoon. I am happy with that. We used all but a quarter of that tiny cabbage. Now I have some of the garlic that we roasted. This should just squish right out of there. This garlic was also roasted in our sheet pan veggies video. I'm just gonna mash that up. And then now that it's all mashed, let's collect it all together and scrape it up. And into our skillet, I'm gonna add salt and pepper, some garlic powder, even though we have real garlic in there, some onion powder, and optional some plant-based butter. I am gonna start with a tablespoon and melt it. If my dear Aunt Mary, God rest her soul, was here, she would put a whole stick of butter in that, I think. Vegan butter or not. Don't you think Aunt Mary put a whole stick of butter in there?
Oh, I know she would.
Oh, that almost got away. Now we're gonna take this back to the stove to heat up the butter and get it all warmed up. I've just pulled the cabbage back off of the stove from melting that butter, and I did add an extra tablespoon. I'm bringing it up to 2 tablespoons. And now I'm gonna plate some up for a taste test. Having those veggies pre-cooked from the other day makes this dish quick and easy. And it's delicious too. One of my favorite fall time meals. Come back again next week to see what we're up to.